And we're back. Let's give it another go. Come on, guys. You can do this. Just need successes. I don't need triumphs, but successes across the board has to happen for me. Success. We already knew that was going to be a thing, though. Failure again. Disaster again. Triumph. That's a new one. Scum saving it. Let's take a quick look at these 3 checks that we got going on here to see why it's going on. Nothing we can do about it. I'm curious. 55%, that's fair. 85, of course he's making it. 40, oof. Can't believe I didn't give him a coin to bump him up a bit. But again, I probably knew we were scum saving and saving the coins for later. So again, that's probably my logic there. Alright, kiddo. Do your thing. Disaster. Success. Triumph. I've got 2 out of 3, but I'm not doing that. And again, I could accept the disaster or even just a failure since it's an opportunity. That's what he's working on. He's not working on a problem. He's working on an opportunity. But screw that shit. This is our chance to finally be showy. Make our kingdom pretty badass. That's why we're scumming it till they get all good stuff, if at all possible. We're here. We made it back on time to actually do this kind of thing. We might as well really benefit from it. Community. Triumph now. The hiring of... Oh, let's read this. The artisan's lost. The same talented artisan that had taken up residence in the barony distinguished themselves again with another masterpiece. Alas, some scoundrels robbed the workshop and stole the precious work. The artisan demands justice. Hiring a small army of scouts, the treasurer not only found the stolen masterpiece, but captured the whole gang who'd been a plague on artisans and craftsmen throughout the barony. Go, you lost. Now let's just hope the other 2 doofuses don't screw this shit up. Economy +8. I like that one. Success from Jihad. He was the other one that was going to have a problem. Mystic circles. Mysterious news. The local citizens are complaining of gigantic, multicolored mushrooms. First, circles of such mushrooms were found far away from dwellings, but now they've begun to grow on the walls and roofs of local houses. Excuse me. The high priest had a vision, telling him that the mushrooms had emerged from the first world. He and his clergy held a ritual and managed to protect the peasants' houses from the strange growth. +3 to divine. Boom. Jod, you beast. Triumph for him as well. Wolves are breeding at a surprising rate. The local forests are full of ravenous beasts, and there's not enough quarry to feed them all. Those starving wolves howl at night to gather into packs and attack the villages. Triumph. Our soldiers chased the wolves straight back to their lairs. They destroyed all the beasts, as well as their leader, a bloodthirsty warg. His skin now hangs on a banner, inspiring the soldiers with courage and pride. +5 to military. Yeah, boy, go Rick Gungar. Alright, we're saving that. Boom. And we're hard saving it too. So I don't have to worry about this mess ever again. Now, notice I have 14 days. I can do this if I so choose. But that takes over the Gnarl Marches, which is awesome. And again, we barely have the BP for it. But we also have all these events to do. And we got to get this shit squared away. So Lindsay has a suggestion. General requests an audience. That's good news. That's probably Reg asking us to hire a stability guy, a warden. What else you got? Monster sightings, a problem. Reg has to deal with that. There's no reason to not have him do it, so I say we do it right now. He's got an 85% chance. Oh, feel free to start that event right now. Monster invasion. We got a meet in the throne room to monsters erupting from the bodies of fallen citizens. Your subjects need the Baron in the capital. Oh shit, lucky we're here. Should be attended before the 3rd, so we need to do this problem as well. Some half-elf trading fabric in the capital discovered a loophole. That's a Jewel Lost thing. And opportunity, no storytelling. So start that event. Jewel Lost, you start your event. Is that everything? Meet in the throne, meet in the throne, meet in the throne. Let's do a quick save first. Got all those guys. So again, just as a reminder, we have 6 advisors, currently 3 of which are busy. So we have people that can do either a rank up or claiming that region. Now the question is do we want to or do we want to go out and do stuff? Well, let's go to the throne room and find out. There could be a quest here. What you got to say for yourself? Castle Eldori, the epidemic continues. More and more people die, more and more monsters roam your lands. Some of your subjects have already fled in search of safer havens. Your barony's very existence is in danger. We do have good news, too. I managed to gather some information that I hope will help you eliminate the threat before it's too late. Shortly after the epidemic started, goblins began appearing everywhere. The local reports that these goblins have been celebrating and shouting something about the day of glory for Mashtu. When all humans would be eaten by monsters and only goblins would remain. Sounds disturbing, does it not? Lamashtu, what do we know about her? She's called the Mother of Monsters. Her symbol is the three-eyed jackal head. She's an ancient and extremely evil goddess who spreads nightmares, insanity, and perhaps the most of most interest to us, monsters. Her worshippers are mostly of the more monstrous races like goblins, lamias, and gnolls. I have no idea what lamias are. I think those are... No. I think that's kind of like a... Think of a centaur, but instead of a horse's body, I think it's like a lion's body. I think that's what that is. Gnolls, I have no... That's like a troll and a... gnome? No, that can't be right. Anyway, that said, there's no short supply of secret followers and cults among more civilized people, too, including the people of the River Kingdom. The goblins are behind this disaster, then? Behind it? Doubtful. Benefiting from it? Quite likely. I'd surmise that the true cause of this disaster is either human cultists of Lamashtu, or even worse, some supernatural creature related to her. In any case, the goblins likely know enough to provide some clue. So we need to find a goblin leader and press them for information. Any idea where to begin the search? Alas, nothing more than vague speculations. Once you've alerted your subjects to the danger, they began defending themselves as best they could. My agents couldn't catch even a single goblin alive, but rumor has it that the goblin village lies somewhere in the Camelins. Okay, thank you for the information. I hope it helps you to save the lives of your people. So we're not doing another advancement right now. We're literally checking out these goblins. Jod. Eyes are bloodshot and his posture is slack. The wrinkles on his face have deepened and his sparse hair has gone gray. It's a disaster, Your Grace. We have an epidemic developing in the country. The afflicted first get a fever, then a bloody cough, then several hours later the cleric shakes his head and grimaces. And that's just half the trouble. Afterward, the bodies of the afflicted become like some kind of cocoon and monsters hatch out of them. People are dying and we haven't the slightest clue what's causing it or how to deal with it. Tristan and I established a field hospital in the building of the former prison. Don't look at me like that. There were no better places to choose from. Frankly, we were lucky to find this one. To cut a long story short, we have a female patient who's volunteered for vivisection. It means cutting into her living body to look for the source of this disease. Jod frowns. After this surgery, Aristil, forgive us, we'll be lucky if we can close her up and let her go alive and well. However, we don't want to do it without your presence, Your Grace, so please try to find some time to attend. Oh, I always like a nice dissection of a human being that's still alive. Yeah, sure, I'll totally join you, tool. There's one more thing. Jod hands you a battered letter. Keston the dunce sent a message. He rambles from place to place. These letters are all we ever receive. Well, just read it. I guess it's urgent. So he says, Your Grace, please forgive me my sudden disappearance. I deem myself of more use among your subjects than at court. The people are afraid, Your Grace. They believe that they'd been forgotten, that their ruler couldn't care less about the simple folk even as they perish each and every day. For this reason, those who can bear arms are starting to take matters into their own hands. A wild mob is a force to be reckoned with, and you already have enough to worry about. Fortunately, I was able to convince these people that I'm on their side. In the end, I have decided to lead this militia myself in order to be the first one to know whenever the people learn something new and to protect them from making rash decisions. I've led troops before, and your subjects view me as one of their own, so they trust me and are willing to follow me. It was with a heavy heart that I left your castle, but my hope was that once among the common people, I would be able to track down the source of the disease that struck the Baron. I was recently informed that one of the squads scouring the outlying regions of the Camelins had encountered a mysterious shrine. Our spies report that at the beginning of each week, cultists gather there to worship the dark goddess, Lamashtu, the patroness of all manner of hideous creature. Now, here's the problem with this. The beginning of each week, which means, I'm assuming Monday, that could be Sunday, but again, I don't know how their calendar works, and they don't have Monday or Sunday as their days, so we kind of have to kind of fudge this one. We'll figure it out. I know little of the gods and their affairs, but the appearance of the mother of beasts and her followers in the land teeming with monsters can hardly be a coincidence. As soon as I finish writing this letter, I shall lead a squad of my best men there and await your arrival. Ask for your help, Your Grace, for I shall need it to strangle this filth in its cradle. That's a bad phrasing, man. Who knows? Perhaps we'll capture one of the cultists alive and find out if they and their goddess are behind the misfortunes of your barony. Your loyal servant, Keston Garess. Alright. Vivisection, what exactly are you going to do? What? We're going to find the source of the disease. That's what. Once the monster emerges, the body of the afflicted is torn to pieces, making it impossible to learn anything from the remains. But we found one brave woman who gave us permission to cut her open. The straits are dire. We don't know exactly what we're looking for, and the vivisection is extremely dangerous for the patient, but we're left with no other choice. What do we know about this disease? Not much, just primary symptoms, actually. We're not even sure if it's a disease, a curse, or some magic parasite. Well, people exploding out of your body, dude, is probably curse-related or magic. Perhaps with your help, we'll manage to learn more. Any progress curing the disease? How should I put it? We've got none. We haven't been able to save a single patient yet. We're like blind kittens bumping against a wall, and we have nothing to show for it. Here we go. We happen to have a master vivisectionist available. Send for Bartholomew Delgado. That's the guy that joined me. Remember the creepy-ass fucking wizard doofus? He is a vivisectionist. He's not a wizard. He's a vivisectionist. I don't understand why they call him a wizard. Jod frowns at the wizard's names, but then nods. Fine. You're right. He's certainly peculiar, but none can deny his knowledge. He may be able to help us, and he does. And we can wait if you want, but I see. Let's go. So clearly we're going down to do that part. So we didn't get a chance to talk to Lindsay. We'll talk to her in a mo. So this one is a little trippy. An amusement for the nobles is done. By the way, Lindsay's probably going to talk to us about that. This is our hospital. Jod shows you around the bleak, comfortless building with its barred cells. The prison is certainly not the best location, nor the healthiest, but it's better than nothing. Also, it might be cruel to say this, but considering the nature of the malady, it would be safer for everyone if the patients were kept behind the bars until they are healed, because they're going to explode into giant monsters, that's why. Why the prison? Or was there no place more suitable? If only the city had a clinic. 180 XP. Even if it did, the prison would still be the best choice. Don't forget, at any moment one of the patients could, die and let's release a monster in common tongue. It's safer for everyone if we keep them locked up. Where are all the prison inmates? There were not but a few pickpockets locked away here. We put them to work cleaning the place up, then set them free. There is one still here, though. He wasn't some petty thief, but a seasoned highwayman. That's a robber, for those of you that don't know what that means. What have you already tried? Standard spells to heal disease, remove poisons, lift curses, all ineffective. Attempting to dispel the magic is also fruitless. I fear we may be dealing with a curse of strength enough to surpass our own faith. It isn't a matter of faith. I don't think it's a disease, let alone some powerful curse. I suspect it's some sort of parasite hiding itself within the body. Nonsense. We've detected magic suffusing each patient's body, evenly distributed. If it was some sort of parasite, it would be a simple matter to detect. Then it's able to disguise itself. Maybe it's poisoning their blood with its magic. By the sun, we return to this argument over and over. It's been days. Let's stop talking and try doing something already. Who is our patient? Her name is Madla Stasik, a peasant woman from a nearby village. We hadn't seen any prior cases of disease there. I pray for that brave woman. She's the first one to mount the courage necessary to volunteer for the surgery. We cannot let her down. Where will the surgery take place? Well, that room has previously a torture chamber. There was already a suitable table. Good, I have no need for a torture chamber anyway. I thought as much. Neutral good action. Okay, give me a few moments to look around. If you must, but please, don't take too long. No problem. We're just scoping out for treasure. And, of course, buffing up. Now, you may think, why are you going to buff up? Remember, they explode into monsters. If this goes south, you gotta assume that she's gonna explode into a monster. Also gives us the opportunity to talk to patients. Have you found a cure? Prisoner says, I don't got a plague. I'm just a normal highwayman. He doesn't want to be here, apparently. Patient number 2. Why am I locked up in here? I'm just a common cold. Or it's just a common cold. Patient, please don't let us die. Saving this mess. Talk to Madla. Noticing you, the patient, a ruddy-faced, middle-aged peasant woman, blinks her eyes. Imagine that, His Grace himself paying me a visit. Good health to you. I'm Madla Stasik from Sedgedale. So, you think these priests of yours can really heal me? With Aristo's help, they could, I bet. Just look how brainy they seem, the two of them. How are you feeling? I got a fever, cough too, and I can't eat. I feel like puking all the time. I've been through worse, though. Born 6 kids and survived, but still this scares me breathless. Each tingle in my body gets me to shaking, and I think to myself, that's it, it started. Now I'll be ripped to shreds. Tell me about yourself. Nothing to tell, really. We're simple people with simple lives. Spent all mine in Sedgedale. It's by the Gudrun River, past Silver Step Lake. territory we don't own yet. Raised my children there, then grandchildren. Never seen monsters worse than goblins then, but now owlbears and hydras everywhere. I prayed to the gods to spare our village, but no, this blight fell right upon my own head. Why did you volunteer for this surgery? I'm scared like a hare, truth be told, but this is no mere cold. Can't just hope it'll pass on its own. At least this way I got some hope, right? And then, well, the doctors will figure it out what to do about the plague. I'm no hero, not me, but sometimes you gotta think about others too. If they end up butchering me, at least maybe they can figure out how to save someone else. If I gotta die, let it be for a good cause, right? That's sweet. Leave. Get ready. We're about to begin. Long as you're nearby, I got nothing to be scared of. Okay. I'm just going to buff up with a simple spell or two. I'll get stuff that's basically defense-based. And put out the kitty. Cat and I want to use this. And you can use wands, by the way, from your stash, by the way. So watch this. So I have 38 charges. Do I not have enough? Maybe it doesn't do that. It used to. Alright, well, let's just do this the right way then. There we go. And we're going to kick you out. And close that. I'm going to pop off a mirror image. And a blur. Give me some strength. And I'm missing some spells, as you can see, so let's make sure we got everything out here. Those are there. That one's up there. Bull strength is in place. 6 goblins. Yes. Corrosive touch. Thank you. Vampiric touch. Thank you. Got my wings. Slow spell. Thank you. Got my haste already. Stinking cloud. Sounds good. Got teleport. Dragon's breath time. Raider Viz. Here we go. Oops, and I have Dimension Door twice. No. Got my wings. Oh, these are different wings. So I got Overland Flight and I got Fly. Make sure we're clear on that. Controlled Fireball. Remember, once lasts longer. Got Cold. And I got Acidic Spray. And that's it. For here, this is the fun part. So now I have, let's actually remove that. I have Bane. I have Brilliant Energy. I have Ghost Touch. And I'm going to grab, not Speed, I'm going to grab the Keen one. This will be enough to remind me that I have all these things. I'm going to take the Magus Dan hand off and put down Arcane Strike. Remember, that's a toggle we need to turn on. It likes to shut itself off. We'll keep an eye to make sure that Magus Dan is constantly circling. So long as he is, we're fine. And matter of fact, you know what, screw that. Let's just put him up here. And we also need to put up the necklace up there too. Sound good? We can save that mess. Coming in here. If we wanted to really make sure that we're buffed up for this fight, I'd probably go Bane on the weapon. Just as a reminder, my weapon is nothing more than a +1 weapon. So I'm only getting a +4 bonus right now. So if I just activate just the magic weapon, it would be a +5 weapon officially. But that's not as good as doing Bane. The Bane Blade is nice because while it takes a point away, so my 5 drops to a 4, in this case a 4 drops to a 3, but it also is a +2 then weapon extra for everyone you're shooting or swinging at. So you see I got +1, +3 temp, so 4, plus the Bane effect. Another 2 makes that a +6 wielding weapon right now against anything I'm swinging at. It'll do that much damage extra, +6, and then another 2d6 of force damage with the Bane. Very, very nice upgrade, in my opinion. Alright, guys. And as you can see, they got Delgado here. Now, again, he didn't have to be here, so I got stuff to loot. Sorry, kid, I don't know I'm coming back here, so I gotta loot stuff. I gotta do it proper. In Search of Joy, Heretic, and a gold piece, huh? Wow, that was amazing. Over here, fellas. I bet our creepy Bartholomew over here is getting all wet at the awesome torture chamber that we have here. Little creep. Alright, Jod, what do you got for me? Are you ready? Please. We cannot delay much longer. Begin the surgery. Let's begin. Jod breathes in deeply, then exhales slowly. Air still be with us. Sarenrae, help us. Here we go. Glancing nervously at the various medical instruments, the brave peasant woman got up on the operating table. Just don't butcher me is all I ask, she muttered in a trembling voice. Meanwhile, the foremost medical experts in the room still couldn't agree on what exactly it was they were trying to do. Stop arguing with me. Coughing up blood is a sure sign the problem is in the lungs. We look there, Jod insisted. No, it's the nausea we should be focusing on. We need to examine the stomach, Tristan objected. Bartholomew, the mad, sadistic wizard, had been summoned here for some reason. He remained silent, checking the patient's pulse. The clerics turned to the Baron in desperation, asking him to resolve their dispute. After careful consideration, he decided to ask Bartholomew for help. And this is why you bring Bartholomew. A common manner of dispelling is useless here, I assume, the wizard said pompously. So then let's try it at a higher level. He took a scroll off from his bag and solemnly cast a spell on the patient. Jod used magical sight to see if there were any changes in the patient's body. It worked, he exclaimed, excited. The magic is gone from all the organs except the stomach. You were right, my friend. Hurry now. Hand me a scalpel. Candlelight reflected off the surgical instruments and potion bottles. As Jod's scalpel made the first incision on the woman's skin, I could hear her inhale loudly through clenched teeth. I confess, I lacked the courage to watch the surgery. Even after I turned away, I couldn't help but tremble from hearing the poor woman's screams. The air filled with the acrid scent of medical potions, while Tristan mumbled prayers to ease the patient's pain, simultaneously scanning her body with magical sight. All I could do was whisper my own prayers, but the Baron, he didn't lose his courage. We can do an athletics check, which we're sure to pass, held the patient in a position firmly to prevent her from hurting herself. Mobility, which we're sure to pass. Notice the numbers are different, by the way. It says 17, and then it says DC 28. Then it says mobility 18, and then it says DC 27. So keep an eye on that, because it's actually kind of tricky. I believe the DC 28 part. So we got to get a 3 or better to pass the athletics check. We got to get a 7 or better to pass the mobility check. Skillfully assisted Jod by handling him instruments, wiping up blood, and bringing healing potions as needed. We do a lore nature check, which I straight up suck at. And I would need a 22, which is not going to happen on a 20-sided die. Help Jod by advising him on the fastest and most efficient way to finish the surgery. Diplomacy 20. I got a 22. Actually, it's a 25 check, so I need, again, a 3 or higher. Took the patient's hand and whispered something in her ear, distracting her from the pain, or said, screw this, made the cleric's job easier in the quickest and cruelest way by killing the patient on the spot. Evil! No, we're doing the diplomacy one. And again, the higher the number, I'm assuming the best XP. And again, since we're sharing with everybody now, might as well share the wealth. Diplomacy 20. Took the patient's hand and whispered something in her ear, distracting her from the pain. I need a 3 or higher, baby. So it's like a 90% chance we'll pass this. Success. I couldn't hear exactly what he said, but it worked. Charmed by his words, the peasant woman managed to stay still and let the cleric perform the surgery. The poor woman's screams and crying were unbearable. I couldn't begin to imagine what she was going through. I'm such a fool, Jod finally exclaimed. You were right. I'm glad we listened to you. Tristan used his healing spell to close the wound in the woman's stomach, and Jod showed everyone the strange item he'd extracted. It looked like some kind of seed, a glowing, pulsing, thumb-sized seed. Before anyone could say anything, it flashed in Jod's fingers. He dropped it on the floor just in time. On the spot where the seed landed, a portal opened, and a roaring monster jumped out. 225 XP. Monster! Oh, save me! Alright, our turn to kick his ass, right? Let's drain his life force. Mine! 43. Nice. Boom! Attack of opportunity. Pokey stick time. Fine power. Buffing up with a shield spell, and another pokey stick, and a shot with Tristan's terrible crossbow. Alright. Time to end this crap. Oh no, he hit one of my things. Let's go. Acid arrow. Ooh, nice crit, bro. You're glad you're on my team. This will hurt. Bring that pain. Jod wipes the sweat from his brow, not even noticing the blood still on his hands. Aristotle and Samurai be praised. They were truly on our side this day. It's a miracle. Tristan hands Jod a clean towel. Jod pulls himself together and wipes his hands and face. So what have we learned? We've learned I was a pompous fool and Tristan was right all along. It's not a disease, but a parasite. Something of vegetative origin. It resembles a seed. I'm sorry, my friend. I should have wagged my tongue less and listened to you more. Please don't mention it. It was a lucky guess, not worthy of your praise. Are you able to cure others of the disease now? Yes. Now that we know what to do, we can extract the seeds with much less risk to the patients and with much less suffering. What will you do next? There are still many patients here. We'll start work on them immediately, and you, your grace, may want to search for the source of this disease. We still know neither where these seeds come from, nor how they get into people's bodies. New patients arrive daily, and how many never even find their way to a hospital. Our efforts here are not enough by themselves. We need to find the root of this problem. I have to go. Please find the source of those wretched seeds. Peace out. I want a treasure. Oh, I wanted to skin it. Okay. Is the woman here to say... There she is. Madla. Phew, barely survived it. Bartholomew, monsters again?
I'm there.
All right, bro. Good job, team. That was nice. All right. We got to get on the open road, but we got Lindsay still to talk to, right? So we're probably going to put us right at the throne room again. I hope so. Yeah. Oh, this is Reg. Oh, this is Reg we wanted to talk to. That's right. Listen, I'm tired of hearing about bandits and thieves. My job is managing the army, not chasing pickpockets. Hire a warden, let him drill the guards, and make sure your subjects don't make too much trouble. Ragangar shakes his head fiercely. Fine, so why did I come here? All right, I was thinking, your soldiers need to sleep somewhere. It's time we build a barracks. I brought a map. Can you show me where you want it? And a kind smile shows up on Ragangar's face. Of course, I build them right on the border. Your neighbors are restless, and we need to show them we're serious. Some troops in their face is serious, all right. We'll place the camp troops near the capital. Barracks at the border. He wants it at the border. I honestly would rather it be at the capital. Be quite frank. Let's see, what does it say? Training camps near the capital. Border training camps. He wants this one. I honestly would rather it be here. And my logic is this. Near the capital is if something happens and we need them quickly, they're at the capital already or nearby, so they can hop, skip, and jump. Put them on the borders. It could take forever for them to come here and help the people. I don't know that there's a right answer here, but I think I'm going to go with my initial gut reaction. And again, you can have disagreements with your advisors, okay? That won't make them go away, just one. But if you do it too many times in a row, he's going to be like, what the hell do I even hire me for if you're never going to listen to me? And he GTFOs and bounces. So, this one I think we're going to be okay. We'll probably keep agreeing with him with more stuff, but this is what I want. Ragangar growls annoyed. Maybe we'll requisition some fluffy blankets too. Soldiers should learn to fight the enemy, not beat up wooden dummies. Do as I tell you, hornhead. How dare you question my authority? There's Lady. Hell, your grace. Feels strange. It's amazing I can just go and have a chat with an actual baron. I want to talk to you about Ekin. I'm worried about him lately. Although worried might be too strong a word, he is way too gloomy. Even more so than usual, if that's possible. Life without a family must be hard for him. But he is not completely alone. He has us. I know we can't replace what he lost, but we must remind him that we are here and he can talk to us. Lindsay, you should just visit him and give him a little handy, and cheer the guy right up. Is what I'm thinking. And solve the problem. But whatever, I guess I'll handle this my way. What are you getting at? What I'm getting at is that we should hold a merry revelry and use the opportunity to talk to him heart to heart. If we just invite him for a drink, he'll no doubt refuse. So we must organize everything in secret. Oh, that's always fun. We'll gather guests, prepare food and drink, bring Ekin, and have so much fun. I'll even bring my loot. What do you say? We're lawful people, so lawful good is probably everyone. I thought there was lawful evil twice there. I thought, what the hell? Lawful good. Helping Ekin is our comradely duty. If we need to throw a feast to do it, and to do that, then that's what we're going to do. I'm not sure I'd put it like that, but I'm glad you agreed. I talked to Elena, the innkeeper, and she's happy to help us. Although, between us, I'm not sure what made her so enthusiastic. Anyway, you should talk to her, and I should go and think what I'm going to play. And one more thing. Don't be late. I fear if we don't pull Ekin out of his mood now, it'll be too late. So it sounds like we've got a timer on this one. Damn, man, we got a lot of quests suddenly. Alright. We got... Well, first let's talk to Bitchawana Land and see what it has to say for itself. A Feast of Feast is the Ekin quest. Alina, the innkeeper. Okay, monster invasion, success, community and loyalty. The visitor has met with the Baron. Boom. Success for the military. General request an audience. Oh, this gives us a chance to get another advisor. Success. Visitor has met with the Baron. Lindsay has a suggestion. Okay, now 3332. Obviously, we don't have the opportunity to do something here. Training camps near the capital. Notice this. Train camps near capital offer easier deployment of military should the need arise. That's what I thought. Gives a general +2 bonus for taking advantage of opportunities. Boom. We'll get that done here before too long. No hurry on that. Rank up the general's endeavors. Reg wants to be awesome. He's ready to be level 4 already. We still need to get that economy up though, and I will do that one definitely next. Well, let me rephrase. I'll do economy before any of these again. But I might want to get that divine up. Remember, I'm trying to get it to 3 so we can unlock Arcana. And he is ready, I believe. He's in here somewhere. Where are you? You're divine. And he's ready to do it. But I'm not going to burn 14 days because we're on a clock for some of this stuff. Defenders of the Land. +1 morale bonus to attack and damage rolls while fighting within claimed regions. Now that's something worth doing. We'll definitely get on that before too long. And we have another advisor. Now here's the thing. Warden. Dio. Why are you Ekin? That seems weird to me. Hold on a second. I always thought the warden was, what the hell is this? Keston, the guy that just left. Maybe it's because he's not in the town? Reg is busy. I don't want my mercs to do it because they have a penalty. Remember, massive -4 penalty to these guys. And it's it looks like can't be a strength-based thing because the Reg has got a +1 here. So Ekin's going to be our guy. I don't mind that. But why is it Ekin? That's weird. Oh, by the way, we should look at... We're stable, by the way. Notice that we have ambitious recruits. Transition of power. Notice this. Culture. The counselor is assisting the curator with matters of culture while active. Event resolution uses 10 instead of the sum of the curator's ability bonus plus the bonus from the culture stat rank. Transition of power. Culture will end upon reaching culture rank 3. So it gives you a chance to level up your culture guy, is what this basically is doing. Heeding the poor and weak, paying attention to the community, and heeding every call of distress. The regent resolves problems with a +1 bonus. That's Valerie's bonus. Transition of power, stability. Again, this is the same deal with the warden and the general. I could have sworn, though, that was a Keston job, and we made Ekin the what do you call him? The espionage guy. Who's left? Relations. That's the regent. Arcane, that's usually our wizard lady. What's her name? Octavia. That's trippy. Huh, I wonder if I did something to piss off Keston. I hope not. We have a region we can claim, by the way. Remember, North Gnarl Marches is waiting for us here. And again, that's going to take 14 days. We're not doing that yet. But it's something to do. And again, as soon as we can, because again, we want to get those artisans on the payroll. But we have everything done here as far as events is concerned, at least being started. We have a 14-14 and a 21. Nothing here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to straight up save that shit. Hardcore. So 14-14-21. Save game. Save. Now, he's not going to be done with this thing until next month. That's okay. That's probably the only thing he needed to do was that opportunity anyway. He's working on a problem. He's working on a problem. So there's nothing we can do about that. Someone had to be put there. Now, it's not maybe that the best choice was these two, but I'm okay with that. So we're golden. Now, only other thing we can probably do is a rank up, and again, Castle as the general. No, we're not doing that. Ekin could have been the general. Reg is our general. He's a solid +11 at it, so I'm fine with that. Yeah, I think we're good. Alright, so we need to... Well, I should rest because I've used my spells, but screw that. That's clearly not happening. These are stuff that I found in the dungeon, Keston's letter. I just want to make sure I officially read it because you never know. The game could be buggy and say, oh, you never cared about me. Alright, so we got Mother of Monsters somewhere in the Canelands. We got to find them. Witch Hunt. Keston in the Shrine of Lamashtu on Moon Day, the first day of the week. Okay, so we need to figure out when Moon Day is. Seed of Sorrow. That was done. We have Task... Fleet Teeth. They were actually busy. Feast of Feast. So we got to go do the line of the Innkeeper. So we'll do that first. And Magical Prison. That was awesome. Glad I got that done. And how's our curse coming along? Plenty of time. We're still waiting for Nazriel to, like, tell us something about that doofus, man. I wanted to do one more thing real quick. Now that we're taking the team with us, I don't leave. Oh, it looks like we got a piece of gear to sell. Someone brought us shit while we were busy. Might as well take this stuff, just in case I can start slapping it on people. Again, we have a full team, and I have three bags of holding. The small versions, 2 of them, and the normal size ones. So we're actually doing pretty good for carry capacity. We'll pretty soon, not yet, pretty soon we're going to start taking all this food with us so we can actually start getting the bonuses for food, but not just yet. It is heavy, for one, and I don't know where the hell we're actually going here. So here, I probably should just teleport directly to it, but whatever. Never hurts to come out and see your people. What we gonna do? What we gonna do? Poor Ekin is a sour patch. Nah. He's in a bad way. Oh, so let's see if this party will actually help cheer him up. Stop yelling and listen to me. I'm trying to talk some sense into you. What the hell's going on here? There's nothing to talk about, Alov. This is my home. Here I was born, and it is here I die. You dolt, that's what I'm saying. You stay and you'll die before your time. Can't you see what's going on? Monsters, goblins, and bandits. Turn your back for a moment, and there's some fiend crawling right out of your neighbor's entrails. You talk too much. Just do your work. Pray to Aristil and stay close to your home and family. That's all there is to it. We've seen worse. Hey, back when you were half your age and unmarried, Eric, old friend, think of Jenny and your little ones. What if some beast comes knocking at your door? You're a woodcutter, not a swordsman. We have to leave the barony while we still can. I tell you what, I'd trust a woodcutter to wield an axe for me, though. Hi, Aristil, have mercy. Your Grace. What up, peeps? For forgiveness, Your Grace. We were just discussing the crops. Diplomacy check. I understand that you are worried about your close ones and yourself, but hear me. Without loyal, upstanding people by my side, I can never rescue this realm from the evils plaguing it. If you stay, I swear, I'll do everything in my power to put an end to this madness. Diplomacy check. Both men listen to you quietly, then look to each other, then clumsily bow to you. We understand, Your Grace. These are tough times indeed, and there are all sorts of things you have to deal with. Don't you go listening to fools. The loyal and true will stand by your side. XP bump. And we're neutral good more. Good work, people. That was actually kind of cool. What we got over here? Oh, yeah. Oh, the barkeep. Right? We need to talk to her for Ekin. Okay. Elena. What up, kid? Elena, as you approach the red-headed innkeeper, curtsies awkwardly. Your Grace. Elena, you must have come to talk about the feast for Ekendayo. I'd be happy to. I'll provide food and drinks. Everything will be first class. How much will this idea cost me? Don't mention it, Your Grace. It's such an honor for me. Everything is on the house. Who'll serve at the feast? With your permission, Your Grace, for such an honor, with such esteemed guests, I'd like to do it myself, Your Grace. Elena smiles awkwardly, turning an even brighter red. I commend your enthusiasm. Why would you? Oh, Your Grace, isn't it so? It'd be my pleasure. I hope everyone likes it, including Ekendayo. She's sweet on him. Then we need only to agree on the place. I guess there's no two ways about it. We'll have to have it right in this room. We can decorate it, of course. What the hell is this? Natavi. Forgive me, but if we are thinking about the same Ekendayo, he will likely feel uncomfortable indoors. The feast must definitely be held in the woods, if Madam Innkeeper is up for such a challenge. Elena is speechless, either due to astonishment, indignation, or both. Who are you? The woman stands tall with a calm smile. My name's Natavi. I'm passing through the city. Ekin and I know each other from long ago, since back when he guarded caravans. We traveled together for a long time. Oh, an old flame? Pursing her lips, the innkeeper studies Natavi carefully. Why would Ekin want to feast in the woods? He's a born ranger. This is true. He always feels calmer under an open sky. I know him well. Can you think of a suitable place? How about the royal hunting grounds? I've seen the place in passing. It's not far from the city. It's a cozy nook, and there's water nearby. What do you say, Alina? The innkeeper sighs at the woman opposite her. I might not know Ekendayo as well as some, but I see no trouble in holding a feast in the woods, or on a mountain, or in a swamp for that matter. Wonderful. In that case, I'll gladly meet you both in the agreed upon place. Lotte. Sounds like we got a party. Elena, I've seen a lot since as a keeper here, but when one just invites herself like that, the innkeeper clicks her tongue. Oh, what got into me, grumbling. It's high time to start cooking. Your Grace, please take care of bringing Ekendayo to the agreed place. Lindsay and I will do the rest. Lotte. What is the journal tells us about this mess? Feast of Feasts. Bring Ekin to the agreed upon place. Thanks to Natavi, Ekin's old friend, and Lena, the trap has been set. We just need to lure the guests and Ekin into it. The party will take place in the hunting grounds in Kinglands. By the way, who should I invite to the party? Now, I don't know that, because we can only have a team of 6. I don't know that I'm going to bring the mercenaries. I'm going to bring Ekin. Lindsay, I think, has to be there. I don't know if she just shows up, but I'm going to bring her anyway. I like having a Mary with me. And we're going to take Tristan, because Gloomy Gus wouldn't want to go. Yeah, I think that's... damn, man. I'm going to take Octavia, too. It's time we started leveling other people up anyway, if this is going to be a fight situation. I don't mind having different types on the team. We already have 2 decent fighters, decent ranged people in support. We're doing okay. Hopefully this doesn't mess something up if I don't bring the right people. We're bringing Ekin, and that should be all that matters. Sorry about that. I had the sniffles again. Good lord, I'm getting the sneezes like crazy today. Hope I'm not coming out with them. Alright. It's probably just allergies. Hunting Lodge. Location is not available. We're done with the Hunting Lodge. It's surprising they'd let you even walk there then. Hunting Grounds. So here is his quest. So, what do we do here? Over here is where it's going to be, by the way. For those of you that want to know, remember we've been here before. This is that big map where we hunted all those monsters. It gives you another chance to come back here too, by the way, in case you missed something. But we did a thorough scan of the place. I think we're pretty good. But over here, surprise! Dead things and people. Yay! Fooled you. There you are. 135 XP for bringing them. Ekin, old friend, speak of the devil. Ekin's face freezes in surprise. He stares at Natavi and Alina silently for a few moments, completely still. He is like a deer in the headlights. Finally, Ekin turns quizzical look to you. We wanted a picnic for a long time. Join us. Grabbing Ekin's arm, Alina leads him to the table with food. Please come here, Ekindayo. You don't mind if I call you Ekin. Woman is thirsty. Alright. Anywho. Natavi fixes her hair and you notice a tattoo of a stinging wasp on her wrist. Following the couple with a long stare, Natavi says quietly to you, please come to me when everyone is busy eating and drinking. I would like to talk to you. And who the hell you think you is? I'm the Baron of these parts. You don't ask questions of me. Talk to Ekin. Okay, no problem there. What's up, buddy? The ranger greets you with a curt nod. Your Grace must want to talk to Ekin. I'll go make sure everyone has enough to drink. Looking at Lena's back, Ekin turns to you, fixing one of his belt bags. Cunning plan. To bring a hunter to a feast, call him to hunt. You know Lindsay, she has a creative mind. Elena told me. Thank you. Pointing at a glass. A drink with me? Ekin looks uncertainly at the offer glass. Diplomacy 22. Elena's wine is quite good. It's your choice, though. Succeeded at the check. Ekin is silent for a moment, then pours himself some wine and tastes it. Then his face relaxes slightly. Not bad. I hope we didn't do more harm than good. Are you at least having fun? Ekin chuckles and nods confidently. It's good to be among friends and trees, and better still, not holding a bow. I find it interesting to look at faces, listen to what they say to each other. I Missed it. How are you? Life is life. It goes on, whether we wish it or not. Tired of fighting? Ready to lie down and give up? Remain silent? That's kind of a dick move, but you know what? We can make the check. See Ekken's eyes flare. What do you know of how I live? 67 XP. Ekken stares into the distance. I wake up with the first rays of sun. I see the faces of my family. Fire turns to ashes. Midday turns to midnight, and when the stars are shining, I still think of them. Some days bitterness and rage fill me. I drive them away. Other days I feel a smile on my face and I appall myself. Only hunting numbs my feelings, but the farther I follow the trail, the darker the woods are, and the harder it is to find my way back. I like this one. Don't submit to despair. Deep inside you want to be happy again, and your family would want the same for you. Don't be ashamed of the moments where joy returns to your life. Ekken smiles slightly. Easier said than done. But there is wisdom in your words. 225 XP as well in my words. I see Alina is trying very hard to please you. She is the lady of the house. This is her responsibility. Does it not ruin your fun? A faint smile spreads on Ekken's face. There is very much of her, all at once. However, she is a good woman. I think this is more than a sense of obligation. I thought about it. Time will tell. Let's talk about something else. Why did you never tell me about Natavi? Ekken shrugs. Why? How did you meet Natavi? Guarded caravans. She talked a lot. I thought she must be in love with her own voice. Ekken winces. But over time, we walked many roads together. I learned she had a steady eye and a strong hand. And then the desert taught her to close her mouth. Sand gets in. Ekken smiles slightly, but his eyes are joyful. Why did you stop talking? The ranger rubs the back of his head, then smirks. Amanda said, a caravan is here. You'll go to the tavern again. Natavi is a bad influence. And then Natavi started coming less and less. Were you close? Ekken looks at the grass beneath his feet. That's fire and wind. I see. Ekken nods. I'm going to get something to eat. Okay, we talked to Ekken. What do we have now? Natavi asked you to come see her, talk to Lindsay. So we need to talk to Natavi and Lindsay. There's Natavi. Let's do that one first. What do you want? Your Grace, smiling. Natavi nods politely. I admit we got acquainted very suddenly. Ahaha, that's right. When we met for the first time, I had to speak to him. Interruptions be damned. What was it I supposed to do? I haven't seen Ekken for such a long time, and I was so surprised to hear about him. I'd like to know you better. I'm at your service. Where are you from? I grew up from Nantambu, far from here, but never liked the city. I left it years ago and haven't been back since. I remember leaving it vividly. Little towers covered with bright mosaics dot the horizon, while I lay hidden in the bushels of sugarcane on a rumbling cart, drawn by a lame old donkey. Natavi laughs. How did you meet Ekken? We guarded a caravan together. At first, I couldn't stand Ekken. I took his silence for arrogance, but then a sandstorm forced us to spend a week in a tiny village. We drank everything the only inn had to offer and got to know each other better. Didn't you say before that he doesn't like taverns? Natavi grins, staring out in the distance. He behaved somewhat differently when he was young. A curious story, and old as the world. Ekken never mentioned you. You don't say. It can't be. Natavi looks at you with a smirk, and he is usually so talkative. Keeps talking about himself, his past, his dreams and plans, a couple of jokes here and there. A curious tattoo, a stinging wasp. Does it mean something? Your Grace is very observant. Natavi runs her fingers over the image. This tattoo is a tribute to tradition. It symbolizes the transition from unconscious dogmatic conformity to mindfulness and self-awareness. Perception check passed. That's an evasive answer. I'll probably never get used to the straightforwardness of citizens of the River Kingdoms. A wasp is the sacred animal of Calistria. I am one of her followers. Let's change the subject. So what did you want to talk about? I wanted to ask a favor. You see, Alina, the innkeeper, treats me coldly, and I have no reason why. Yesterday, for instance, she argued with me before changing the sheets in my room, and today she refuses to pour me a glass of wine. So I was thinking she wouldn't refuse if the Baron asks for a bottle of wine. And why do you need a bottle of wine? Natavi's laughter is soft and musical. What a strange question. Really, why would I need a bottle of wine at a party? Fine, I'll see what I can do. Thank you, Dora. Diplomacy. Still, why do you need a bottle of wine? Well, I just wanted to steal Ekin for a moment, to walk and talk with him eye to eye. I've known him a long time, and he could definitely use someone to talk to. Smile in response and leave. Well, all right. We got to talk to Alina. Alina, could you give me a bottle of wine? Thank you for organizing such a wonderful party for Ekin. My pleasure, Grace. I'm happy everything turned out this way as well. Besides, entertaining a man such as Ekin Dio is a pleasure, the innkeeper giggles, covering her mouth with a handkerchief. Ekin pretends not to hear. Elena, could you give me a bottle of wine? Don't bother with the bottle, Grace. I'll pour it for you. Just bring a glass. I need a bottle for Natavi. She's our guest. You can't refuse her food and drinks. The innkeeper raised an eyebrow. I have no idea why your Grace invited this harpy. Of course you know better, but still. Gives us a bottle of cheap wine. Well, I'm going to check in on some of the others. Thanks for the hooch, kid. Natavi. Pass the bottle to Natavi. Here, I hope you like this. Casting a warm glance your way, Natavi nods gratefully. Thank you very much. Now, if you don't mind, 180 XP. Cheap wine is lost. Peace out, loser. Where's Lindsay? That's Jubilost. Miri, Valerie. Well, it looks like the whole gang showed up. Okay, so everyone is here. Okay, good. I would have felt bad for leaving people behind. Where the hell is Lindsay? Lindsay. How hard can it be to find such a short little person? I brought her here with me, no less. Where the hell are you, you little midget?
I do what I must.
Oh, hell, here she is. Lindsay runs her fingers over the strings intently. Thank you for the wonderful idea, Lindsay. Lindsay's face brightens. I'm glad you liked it. I hope the others are happy too, especially Ekin. Isn't it hard to play and talk at the same time? It's a matter of practice. Lindsay, I think now's the perfect time for one of your performances. Are you sure? Have you had time to talk to everyone? I'm sure, begin. I'll talk to everybody. I'm the only one I haven't talked to, again, is to go back and talk to What's-Her-Face after she stole Ekin away from her. I am your attention. My friends, let's raise our glasses, let's celebrate our adventures, and that we have others to share them with. Also, let's thank Alina for a generous feast. The evening was wonderful. Alina bows, turning red. And now I'd like to play something special for you. I haven't composed anything for a while, but this is a special occasion. Striking a theatrical pose, Lindsay begins to play. Ekin quietly takes a place next to you. Music starts flowing. Lindsay's performance isn't perfect, but it is deep and emotional. One cadence follows another, and music echoes among the trees. Suddenly, you notice that Ekin is standing much closer than you thought. You realize he's slowly moving closer to you, fidgeting from foot to foot, trying not to look at anyone. At the same time, Alina is trying to lean closer and closer to Ekin, trying to touch his shoulder. Noticing you look, she gives you a sharp look. Take a step away from Ekin, try to shove Ekin closer to Alina. Ekin, my friend, could you crowd me? So, I gotta do it. Turning red as a beat, Ekin whispers an apology and moves toward Alina. She grabs Ekin by the arm, looking at you gratefully. Aww. Finally, Lindsay strikes the final chord, and the sound fades. Pleased with her performance, Lindsay receives well-deserved applause. That was really cute. Yeah, good job, Lindsay. Okay. Are we done here? Doggo. Look, Doggo. Looks at you, tilting head to side. Sniffs your hand. The wolf, who was standing nearby before, wags his tail and approaches Ekin. Aw, just look at that, Ekin. He seems so loyal. You have to give him a name. You do. You've been together for so long. You've been through so much together. Natavi shakes her head. The heart wants what it wants. Why would one fake affection when there is none? I think he deserves a name. Looking at the dog and thinking for a moment, Ekin smiles slightly. His name is Ukbo. Elena looks at Ekin and seems to forget about the whole world for a moment. That's better. A wonderful, imposing name. Well chosen. By the way, friends, not to sound too mundane, but I'm quite tired and we still have to get to the city. Maybe it's time we pack up. 975 XP. Now that's the kind of XP I can get behind. Partying. Everybody drinking, kicking back and relaxing, talking a little bit, and making some XP. That's what we're about here. Alright. Let's see if there's an update to that. besides the thumbs up. Nope, nothing else to do. Alright, so we got Mother of Monsters still. We got to find that Goblin Village. We need to find Keston, Shrine of Lashmatu on a Monday. So I don't even know that we know what day of the week it is. Nazareth's Creation. Still waiting to do that. Maybe we'll run by that one more time to see if that doofus is where he's supposed to be. Annexation. Or we'll actually, no, let's check the map too while we're doing that. Do a quick save. It's 14th day. We should be signed still. Alright, team. Let's put the real team together now. Alright. Leave. And we're taking. Ooh, hey, we got a level up too. Awesome, we'll take her with us for that reason then. You. And you. Taking Tristan. And Juby. Accepted. Jubilos is just a beast with them bombs. It's going to be so hard to let him go from the team. Alright, let's do that level up. So we have a Rogue, Wizard, Arcane Trickster, level 3. And now she gets her first impromptu sneak attack. So this is actually kind of nice. Basically, it's a toggle she can turn on. She'll get a round use here, another round here, another round, and another round. So she can have it for a total of 4 rounds by the end of her build. What this does is allows her to literally just say, you know what, even though I shouldn't be able to get you in a sneak attack move, I'm going to sneak attack your ass. That's why Arcane Tricksters are pretty damn sweet. It's only 4 times a day, but it's a solid upgrade. And then they also give them this wonderful Invisible Thief, where she gets basically a greater invisibility toggle she can turn on too. Now remember, don't use that with this, because chances are just being invisible is going to be enough for you to catch them in a sneak attack. But I'm just saying, if you really need to hammer something home, here's your chance to do it. If no one's around them or whatever and you're going to beam them, turn on the impromptu sneak attack and get those sneak attack die rolling for you. Because she's got 1, 2, 3, I think, 4 maybe right now, and that's all she has. Right, let's push Perception up. She's getting that Trickery up. I'm cool with Arcana going up. Use Magic Device, maybe needs a couple more, and let's get some Stealth on her. Yeah, I feel good about that. Now, like I said, I missed the favorite Prestige class on her, and again, you could have done it, but it doesn't show up now that she's already started in the Arcane Trickster, so I kind of screwed that up. We'll give her the Mage Tattoo for Transmutation. It just increases the caster level. I don't particularly care. We've never done additional traits, but we can do that later. I'm more of a give her some protection. Notice that she has something else here that you guys don't have in your vanilla version of the game. It's called Eldritch Heritage. Okay, Eldritch Heritage is this weird feat that literally allows you to pick a bloodline, like a sorcerer does. You get special abilities based on how far into the Eldritch Heritage you go. This is the first tier. Then there's a tier after this, and then there's a final tier after that. So basically you get, like it says, where does it say it? One sorcerer bloodline, you must have skill focus in the class skill that blah 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 blah. We didn't pick any of these skill focuses yet. So if she wants Eldritch Heritage, that's why it says go back. She would need to literally get skill focus athletics, skill focus lore religion, any lore or knowledge skill, and she can do the arcane bloodline set. And what point is what the first tier gets you would be what they get for, like, I think level 3 for the arcane bloodline. Let's say that's our pick, is the arcane bloodline, the level 3 upgrade. Then the next tier upgrade is going to be the one that's at level like 5 or 7 or 9, something like that. And then the final tier is like the level 15 goober, or the 17th one, like the one that's like uber. For instance, for the arcane bloodline, I think the higher tier one is you get like the 3 free spell picks, which is just, you know, the one that you get as you level up naturally, which is pretty damn sweet. To do this though, you'll notice that there is the requirement of charisma. She has the first charisma upgrade, but if you look on the unavailable, let's actually scroll down to stop that. Scroll down to here. Is it under the improved Eldritch Heritage? Yeah, here's improved. Notice that she would need a charisma of 15 and of course Eldritch Heritage and be character level 11. Then there's the Greater. That's the last one. Greater Eldritch Heritage, the biggie. Level 17, so this is as soon as you can pick it up. Charisma 17. Yeah, it's the 15th level power here, as you see. And improved Eldritch Heritage. So one stacks onto the other, which stacks on the other. Now, the reason this is important to you, if you have this mod, is if you were an Eldritch Scion or a Sorcerer that has the bloodline, right? You could actually dip into another bloodline. You understand what we just did there? Now, it takes you 3 feats to do it. You don't get their spells, per se, but you get some of their cooler feats. For instance, like, I want to say there's some natural armor if you went Serpentine. If you went Abyssal, you can get the strength bonuses. And that's a lot. That's a +2, +4, and a +6 to your strength. Inherent, just given to your character. You're just, boom, beefy. And again, you can totally do that by getting 1, 2, or 3 of these Eldritch Heritage upgrades. I don't know which one you need to get, if you need the first one, the second, or the third, but that's for you to play with. And again, some are broken, so know that as well. So if you try to... Where is it at? If you try to see the ones here that are here, there's all of them on this list. Some are broken and don't work at all. Some work perfectly fine. So again, I can't tell you that. I want to say I did test it, and I think the elemental one is broken, which kind of sucks, because that's the one I kind of thought was cool. This is the one where you could, one of your upgrades is like you can turn any elemental damage into the element of your heritage. So let's say you're a acid elemental, an earth elemental. Any fire spell or cold spell or electric spell, I could turn it into acid damage. Just, nope, I want acid now. Poof, by turning on a toggle, which is super funny. Same with the cold, same with the fire, same with the electric. But again, pretty awesome. I think the dragon ones work fine. I don't remember Celestia works fine. I don't think that one works at all. Arcana works fine. It's kind of weird, but it's definitely cool. The Abyssal one works decent. This is the one where you get claws at this level. Arcana, you get the powerful bond. You either get a familiar, or you can get a magic bond, which allows you to channel a spell back or something, which is pretty awesome. You can get, what does the dragon's one do? Grow claws again. Demon, or devil, excuse me. You can get... Creature becomes shaken on a melee touch attack with a specific touch ability. Ooh, undead. Melee touch attack to make them shaken. Serpentine, a bite that can poison. And again, like, you can go through this. And also, by the way, my mod adds the orc bloodline, which is not part of your guys' mod. Or your vanilla version of the game, excuse me. So there's that. Know also that they've added, for sorcerers, I think only, you can do the cross-blooded bloodline. That allows you to dip between 2 bloodlines. Kind of like what this is doing, but not quite the same thing. For her, though, like I said, I don't want the Vagina. I want the, probably Dodge. Just to make sure that she has a little more armor for herself. She's already got her precise shot, point-blank shot. She's got good spells. Give her a little bit of armor to make sure that it's less likely she gets tagged by somebody. From here... Excuse me, my nose is running. What are we at? We at level 4 yet? No, we're still on level 3. Let's grab... What? She's got her cantrips, or slow, haste, fly, transmutation spells. Notice this one, by the way, is not... Or it is a transmutation, never mind. Let's grab Stinking Cloud. That one's been a classic for us. I do like Heroism for her and anyone else on the team, so it's a solid choice in my opinion. Impromptu sneak attack now. Very nice.